안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. Hey everyone, welcome to our Korean language lesson. And this lesson, we will cover the basic final consonant, number two, as I've said previous in the previous lesson. But just a little bit more, and in the more detailed, specific uh, ways, I will um, explain to you about the basic final consonant, including the double final consonants. And after that, we will also cover on how to say and write my name in Korean. That would be really interesting. And after that, we will try to read and speak some long sentences in Korean. Okay, hopefully you will have fun today. So let us begin with the basic final consonant, number two. So, yeah, you're almost there. Okay, so just bear with me. So, as I've said in the previous lesson about the double final consonant, I gave you the big picture of what the final consonants are. So pretty much just to review it is really um, the completion of the syllables of the word, the Korean word, the Hangul. So first of all, we had the consonant and the next vowel, which either lies underneath or right next to it, and then after that, we have the final consonant, which in Korean we call it the pachim. And these are the four rules that you have to know. So the first one and second one, which is the main ones, and the third and the fourth one, we will cover that just a little bit, not too much, and it's the double final consonant, which is also called 겹받침. 겹받침. 겹 means double in Korean. So like I told you, yes, I put an X here again, so that don't worry about it now. We will cover that in our future lessons once you get more comfortable with the final consonants. Okay, so let us move on with our the first basic final consonant, which is the 기역 받침. So as I have taught you in lesson one, the 기역 has the g sound, correct? So uh, on the final consonant, the basic final consonant, the 받침, um, you have to drop the g sound at the end. So for an example, the first letter here, uh, 곡 is go, and g, the final consonant at the on the bottom. So it becomes 곡, not 고그. It's 곡. So you have to drop the G sound at the end. Very important. Okay. So now the second one becomes 속. So I'm pretty sure that you are comfortable with the consonant and vowel putting it together. So I will not go over them again. If you have any problems, just go back to lesson one and lesson two and review them, okay? That's really important. Okay, so this is 소 and the 기역, the 그 받침, putting the basic final consonant underneath, and that becomes 속, not 속, 소그, okay? It's 속. Make sure you drop the G sound at the end. Now this becomes 모 plus the 기역, so it becomes 목. And this is 혹, not 혹, okay? All right, let's try one more time. 곡, 속, 목, 혹. And now with the vowel, now this is ha, hak, hak, not hag, okay? Hak, 삭, 삭, 착, 착, 팍, 팍. Okay. And the E vowel and the consonant and the final, basic final consonant, the 받침, 킥, 식, 칙, 픽. Let me go backward. 픽, 칙, 식, and 킥. Okay, so very important. Once more, you have to drop the G sound at the end. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next 받침. I'll just call it 받침 instead of basic final consonant so that you'll get used to it. All right. And our next 받침 is the 니은 받침, the N 받침. But okay, we'll find out how it sounds. Okay. So this is like an English N placed at the end of the word, the clean N sound. Okay. So not the 고는, okay, is 곤. 고 and 니은 받침, the basic final consonant, so it's 곤, not 고는, okay? The clean N sound. Think of it as like that. Clean N sound at the end. 손, 손. 손 also means in Korean hand. 몬, 몬. And this is 혼, 혼. Okay, moving on to the next line. 한, 한, not 하늘, is 한, 산, 산. Also in Korean it means mountain. 찬, 찬, 판, 판. Next one. 긴, 긴, 신, 신, 친, 친, 핀, 핀. Okay, so I hope you get the idea. Okay, so let's move on to the next 받침, which is the 드 받침, 디귿 받침. So, for example, I only have 6 of them. The reason why is, well, the thing is, not many um, the words that have the 드 받침, the 디귿 받침. So those are the 6. Well, I'm sure there's a little bit more, but not more than compared to the other 받침s. So let us try this 6. So this one doesn't have the do sound, okay? So drop the do sound. Only has the clean, like tat sound. So this is called tat, mat, meet, not mid, okay? Not 다드, not 마드, but just tat, mat, meet, 곧, 돛, pot. Okay. Now on the other 받침s, you might be a little bit confused because it sounds very, very similar. Yes, it does. So it's okay. So just get used to it. tat, mat, meet, 곧, 돛, pot. Okay. So let us move on to the next 받침, the basic final consonant, which is, oh, I had the double. Okay, let's move on. The next one, the 리을 받침, the 르 받침. Now, this one does not ends with the 르 sound, but it ends with the sound 을. Okay, and I will show you how it sounds. Okay, so this is not the like 마르, but it's 말, 말, 발, 발, 살, 살, 갈, 갈. This is 눌, 눌. 불, 불, 술, 술. 둘, 둘. 길, 길, 실, 실, 빌, 빌, 밀, 밀. Okay? Alright, let's move on to the next bachim, which is the mium, the mu bachim. But it doesn't have the mu sound, it has a clean sound. So drop the mu, sound, okay? You have to drop that sound. So just don't get confused like how the consonant sounds and how basic final consonant, oh, they would be the same. No, they're not the same, okay? Similar but not the same. Okay. So the mium, the mu bachim, it sounds okay? So is ma, but with the is mom, like mom. Hey mom, mom. Okay. Kam, sam. Let me repeat one more time. Mom, kam, sam. This is nam, nam. Mom, mom. Also, it means in Korean body, my body. 내 몸, 몸. 곰, 곰 actually means bear. 내 곰, my bear. Okay, that's kind of weird. 곰, 솜, 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 and 좀, 좀. So when we actually write like zombie, we actually write zombie. So we use this one, 좀. Doom, doom. Oh, okay, soon. This was 솜, and this is soon. In Korean, it also means breath. Sum, kum, kum, and pum, pum. Okay, so remember that has that sound. Okay. All right, next one, the pi읍 받침. So it's not the ubu sound, but it has the up sound. So very clean up sound. So as you know, this biup and the consonant biup and vowel becomes ba, but with the final basic final consonant 받침, biup 받침, it's not 바브, it's 밥. Hey Bob, yeah, Bob, like a name Bob, Bob. Okay, and the next one, mop, not 마브, it's mop, mop. 갑, 갑. Next one, 삽, 삽. Next one, 곱, 곱. 솝, 솝. 좁, 좁. 홉, 홉. 집, 집. It also means house in Korean. 십, 십. 핍, 핍. 핍, 핍. Okay, good. Let's move on to the next 받침, which is the 시옷 받침, the 스 받침. Okay, so this is a little tricky. Doesn't have the s sound. Okay, so drop the su sound and just a clean ot sound, like oats. Okay, this is a little bit difficult, but once you get used to it, you will understand. And the more vocabulary, the words that you learn in our future lessons, you will get it, okay? So don't worry if you're panicking. So this one has no s sound, but it just has the clean like oats sound, okay? I'll show you. For example, this is not kas, this is just kat, like got. This is dot, dot. This is not, not. Kid, kid, note, note. And this is oat, oat. Oat actually means clothes in Korea. Okay, let's move on to the next 받침, which is the 이응 받침. Okay, it says had no sound but had the 능 sound, right? Okay. All right. So produces the sound, okay? So this one is 응, 응, 근, 근. Remember the g and becomes g, and the final consonant, basic final consonant, the the so 근, 증, 즈, and then 증, 중, 중, 궁, 궁, 숭, 숭, 방, 방, 상, 상, and then 강, ka, and then the sound 강 together, 강. All right, let's move on to the 치읓 받침, the z, but this has no z sound. Okay, the consonant that we learned it was had that z sound, but the basic final consonant for 받침, remember no z sound at the end, just ut, just like that the ticket and shield is very similar. So actually, it sounds the same. 잣, 잣, 갓, 갓, not, not, 컷, 컷, 젖, 젖, 짓, 짓. So, one may ask then how do we distinguish, whether if this is, a 지읒 받침 or 시옷 받침 or 티귿 받침? Well, the vocabulary you're exposed to, you will understand which one is which. Okay, so don't worry for right now. Okay, so just understand that. Okay, so even 지읒 받침 sounds like that. 디귿 받침 sounds like this. Sounds very similar. Sounds the same. That's okay. All right. So next one, it does sound different. So it's good news. The 치읓 받침. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it does sound similar, even though it's a 치읓 받침. Okay, so has no ch sound at the end. Has the oat sound. So this one is oat. Sounds like oat. It's oat. Yeah, it's very similar to 지읒, 시읒, and 디귿. So 치읓 also is very similar to those four. Okay, so 옷, 조, 닷, 돛, and 꽃. Well, 꽃 is a flower in Korean. It's good to know this word, okay? 꽃. One more time. 꽃, backwards, 돛, 닷, 조, and 옷. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the ki역 받침. Okay. So this is very similar to the ki역, the 그, but doesn't have the ok sound, but it's just ok, not ok. I'm sorry, not ok, but just ok. So this is 역. A little stronger sound than the 그, but it sounds very similar. 역, ok, ak. So for example, if I just write it the same consonant and vowel, the basic final consonant as a ki역, it sounds the same. So for example, let me write it down. 녀, and then I put ki역, is still pronounced as 녀. 녀, this is 녀, and this is 녀. This is og. Let me write it in the ki역, the 그, basic final. Oh, sounds very same. Ak. Same for this. Ak. Ak. Yes. Okay. Next one. The 피읍 받침. Okay. So same sound as the b sound, the 피읍, but it's not sup or, for this one, it's sup, not sup. Okay? Sup. Very similar to the, oops, excuse me, sup. Yes, soup. This is soup. Also can write it, it pronounced the same as the piup, soup. Cup, sap, nap. Let me go backwards. Nap, sap, cup, soup, and sup. Okay, let's move on to our last 받침. Yes. This is the 히읗 받침. Okay, and remember this one is combined with the consonant that comes next or does not produce any sound at all. Okay, what do I mean by that? I'll show you. Okay. So this one, the 히읗 받침, the H sound is removed, okay? So for example, 좋아. It's just 좋아, not 좋아. Okay? 좋아. So this H, no, I'm sorry, this 히읗, even though is there, okay, there's no sound. It's just 좋아. Okay, and then next one, 놓다. 놓다. So this is an exception when there's the 히읗 here and the following word has the 디귿. If it's combined and then it produces the t sound, it's the rule of the 받침. I know it's getting more complicated, but don't worry, I will explain that in future lessons. So for now, don't panic. You just nod and okay. We'll just move on. So there are a few rules like that, okay? But in our future lessons, the more you get exposed to the language, the words, and you gradually and just spontaneously understand. Okay, so and yeah, and we will do a lot of readings and so forth. So next one, noa, 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 and the next one, naa, naa. Not like naa, naa. Okay. All right. Okay, so that was the 히읗 받침 for. Okay, so we are. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, actually, I did wrote it down in English. So 좋아, 놓다, 놓아, and na. Perfect. Okay, moving on. Now we have that double final consonant, which is called a 겹받침, the double 받침. Okay, so only has just the double 기역, 쌍기역. Okay, we'll go with this one first. So for example is, okay, as you could see here, just the consonant, the basic consonant, the vowel, and the final consonant, the one underneath, has the double consonant, which is the 쌍기역, the double 기역. So this is called, pronounced as 낙, 낙, 낙. Let me write it down. I'm sure you are kind of now used to the strokes because we have done many times. Yeah, just like that. 낙. And equal to 낙. Well, the reason why I put this way is because it pronounces the same. 낙, 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 낙. Not like knock knock, sorry. 낙, 낙. Okay. And the next example is 닭, 닭. And also using one single 닭. And you may ask then, when do we use the double, double final consonant? When do we use the double 기역? Well, that depends on the words that you are trying to, when you try to say, or the things that you want to, you're writing. So it really depends on the context of the words, the sentences. Then you may use the double 기역 or one 기역. And well, yeah. Okay. And the next one. 석, 석, and also 석. Sounds the same. 복, 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 복. Okay. They sound the same. So that's the double final consonant, the 겹받침. Okay, and next to 겹받침. Hey, I wrote it down here, double. Okay, so double final consonant, the final one is the 쌍시옷, the 스 받침. Okay, but doesn't have the 스 sound, okay? Is 해, and the double 쌍시옷, double 시옷 is het. Just het. Yeah, so we have learned this in our previous slides, correct? So pretty much you just have to just think that, okay, so if there's double consonant, double final consonant, it still sound the same. Het, 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 het. Yeah. And of course, there are rules of the 받침. So the word that comes next to it could, depends on which consonant and which word is combined with het. It might sound a little bit sound a little bit differently, but don't panic. like I told you, I will guide you through step by step on our future lessons. Okay. So cut. So even though there's double final consonant still cut. Okay, same pronunciation. Odd as well. It, same. Okay, they sound the same. Okay, so quiz time. Well, it is the same question from our previous lessons. Well, that was my intention actually. So on the previous lesson, you were puzzled and like you were probably screaming, "Oh, how can I do it? I haven't learned the basic final consonant." But now you did. So let's try again. Pause the video, and I'm sure you'll do much better than the previous lessons. Okay, which was my, intention. For you to make mistakes and really learn this time and then do better. So you will really understand the basic final consonant. Okay, so freeze to pause the video and try it. Okay, all right. So I hope you did that, and I will reveal the answers again one by one. All right, 환자. Okay, patient. All right. So don't really worry about, understand what it means, because on our future lessons we're gonna do a bunch of vocabs. For now, for lesson 1 and 2 and 3, we're learning the basic rule, the consonant, the vowels, to really able to read how to read Korean and understand um, that word is sound as like that, syllables. Okay, pretty much understanding alphabet and writing them also. Next one, 병원, hospital, 사랑, love, 사람, 사람, human, 학교, school, 시험, test or exam, and 평화, which was what? Peace, yes, and 친구, yes. Let's be 친구, friend, and 가족, family. Okay, wait. What is this? Double complex consonants? Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is pretty much like a preview of what we'll be learning in our future lessons, not these lessons, okay? So we um, just learn about the double consonant, final consonant, and now this is the double complex consonants. Oh my goodness. So as you can tell, uh, has that the 기억 and 시옷 together, which makes the sound k sound, and so forth. So yeah, just take a look. um, but for now, we're not gonna worry about it. But I will definitely in the near future lessons, we will come across, and you will by then you will have a much more understanding of the basic uh, consonant and vowel. So um, once we get there, I'm sure you would have no problem understanding and figuring out. So yes, not important right now. Don't worry about it. We'll cover it later. Okay. All right. So we're almost done. Now this is the fun stuff, the fun thing. Okay. What's my name in Hangul? Okay. um, well, just um, when I was little, when I went to United States, and I believe I was about uh, 8 or 9 years old, and I couldn't speak a word of English, and I still remember, I I made, you know, um, I became really close with my classmates uh, by me writing their names in Korean for them, and they were so excited. And every day, different classmates would come up to me and like, "Oh, can you write my name in Korean, please, please?" And then I would just, "Okay, just what is your name?" And one classmate would say, "Oh, my name is John," and I was like, "Okay, John," and I would just write John, and they're like, "Really? You could just write it like that?" You know, I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And what is your name? And this girl would say, "My name is Jennifer." I'm like, "Okay, Jennifer," and I would just write it instantly. And everybody were surprised, and shocked at the same time. I was like, "Wow, Korean language is so cool." So I was, yeah, kind of proud of myself. So I wanted to kind of teach you, and since we have learned, how each Korean, consonant and vowel, when they put together, it sounds how it sounds. So uh, you'll be able to pretty much by this stage write your own name in Korean. So before we move on, I have did a little bit of research, and I found that the top names over the last 100 years. What are the top names over the last 100 years? And this is based on United States, America. So I don't know about Europe or other countries, but since I lived there for quite for quite a few years, I have found this data, and interestingly enough, rank 1 to 10, I just picked 10 names from there. Well, I didn't pick their names. It was just it was charted like this. So the following table kind of shows the 100 most popular given names for male, but I just picked 10 from rank 1 to rank 10 during the last 100 years. And for each rank and the each rank and sex, the table shows the name and the number of occurrences of that name. So please note that popular names listed below are not necessarily consistently popular in every year. Okay, just in case if you were disappointed, oh, why my name is not there, and and so forth. Okay, so moving on. Um, so number one, James, and for males, and for females was Mary. So I just want to kind of show you how we could write James and Mary in Korean. We could write it like that. James, James. Just like how it, the syllable, the pronunciation, just follow that. James, James. Mary, two syllables, right? Mary. Very simple. Or you could write it like, the shorter sound, Mary. Doesn't matter. Oh, excuse me. My handwriting. Okay. Yeah, but usually, the Korean people write Mary as the narrow H, but it really doesn't matter because if you write it like that or this, you just show it to other Korean people. Oh, my name is Mary, and you just show them, and they'll be able to read it as Mary, no problem. Okay. Same with James. Usually we write it the like that, the e. But if you wanna decide to write it J, no problem. Still same J, James. Okay? No big deal. Think of it as like let's say your name is Michael, but oh, just call me Mike. Something like that. The spelling's a little bit different. Okay, moving on. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I want you to write your own name. Try to write your own name or write your wife's name or your kid's name. It's really fun. Okay. So, second one, John, and in Korean we write it as John, but you could write it like that. Just one O, not yo. So John sounds similar. Patricia. Also for this one, you could write the pe under the one that's inside. Doesn't matter. Same pronunciation. Patricia. Next one, Robert. Robot. Well, not, yeah. So in the Korean pronunciation, we don't have that R sound. So R and the F sound. So we usually go just robot. Robot. Well, it sounds like robot, but it's Robert, robot. Jennifer. So no F sound in Korean. So it's Jennifer, like the P sound. Jennifer. So a lot of Korean people, they struggle with sorry, pronouncing the F sound. Any words that has F in English, they have to practice a lot. So okay, Jennifer or Jennifer. Per is fine too, but Jennifer. Okay, next one. Michael, Michael, right? The final consonant. We learned the basic final consonant, the l sound, k. Actually, yeah, this is a great way to really review and study the basic final consonant, just putting them together with names. Okay, using names. Linda, Li, and the Linda. Okay, next one. William, Will, so we, Lee, William. This is a little difficult one. William. Also, you might could write it like something like this. We il William. Four syllable. William. Okay, but most of the time we just write it as William. So when this two kind of combines together becomes like will, William, but it's William. Okay, I hope you get the idea. Elizabeth, Elizabeth. So the Z sound in Korean it doesn't have the Z sound, so we go like the Elizabeth, like the J sound. Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth. It has a lot of syllables, right? Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth. Okay, next one. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of David out there. Okay, hope maybe um, one of you that's listening or watching, I'm sure there's David somewhere. David, David. Or some Koreans, they write it as David, like like the William, William, David. So really depends on how, you know, yeah, it depends on you. There's no really a wrong or right answer, okay? So as long as it sounds like David or David. Okay, Barbara, Barbara, Barbara. Yeah, the R sound is in Korean. Yeah, it's not easy. So Barbara, Barbara. Okay. Okay, next one. Richard. So it's Richard, Richard, Richard. That R sound. Yeah, Richard. Or if you wanna make it sound closer to the Richard, then maybe we could put the ru at the as a final consonant. Richard, Richard. I have never seen anyone write it as Chard, but because a lot of times for name Richard we write it at like Richard. But Richard, I think this could work too. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of getting messy around here, but it's okay. All right. If it helps. Okay. Next one. Susan. Susan. That's a very popular name. Susan. 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 Also, yeah, Susan. Sue, maybe Susan, like Sujen, Sujen. Maybe Sujen would work also too. Okay, Sujen, Susan. Okay, next one. Well, as long as you show it to any Korean, then they'll be like, oh, Sujan or Susan. Okay, Joseph. This is a very popular name, Joseph. I've like four friends that has named Joseph. Joseph. Okay, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. You could also put just one O, not yo, Joseph. Okay. Jessica. Jessica. Yeah, Jessica. Okay, pretty easy. Jessica. Next one. Thomas. Thomas. Yeah, it sounds like, well, I guess it depends on if it's United States or, I don't know, England or like Australia. You pronounce it a little bit differently. I don't know how, but maybe Thomas or someplace else is Thomas. So maybe if, depending on where you're from, you could write it Thomas. But most of the times, even in Korea, if there's a name Thomas, we write it Thomas, like for tomato, that toe. But yeah, okay. And Sarah, Sarah, mm, or Sarah, depending on which country you're from. Sarah or Sarah. Yeah. Well, Sarah in Korean means like okay, like it also means please buy, buy. Well, not please, but buy. like buy this, like buy. Yeah, buy that. Yeah, something. Okay, next one. Charles. Charles. Charles in Korean. Charles. Okay. Maybe we could also write it as Cha Cha Charles. That works too. Charles. Okay, Charles. Karen. This is rank 10th. Okay, as female. Okay. Karen. 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 Okay, so I hope you get the idea. So I wanted to try to, you know, I just put this blue background as like a blackboard. So I want you to, to if you could write it, if you have a digital pen or a mouse, or even using your cell phone, smartphone. If you have a pen that you could write it on the screen, then you could try that. So, you know, I thought that it might help referencing this. So maybe let's say your name is like for uh, for James, but your name is not James, but let's say your name is like it sounds similar to James, or maybe your name is Jane. Then we could, you could reference this. So Jane, in, right? Okay. In English, Jane. See, even for James and Jane, it starts Ja to same. Okay. And for a different one, let me see. Um. Oh yeah, Michael. Um. Okay, not maybe not Michael. Okay, for David. Let's say your name was Dennis. I had a few friends whose name was Dennis. So Dennis. Is Dennis spelling is Dennis? Okay. So it's the same there, right? Okay. Dennis. Ni. S. Oops, sorry. Yeah, Dennis. Perfect. Okay. What else? Charles. Maybe your name is Charlton. Um, Charlton. Sorry. R L. Oh, I'm so bad at writing with my mouse, using my mouse. So same Chal, correct? Same spelling, Char. Charlton. You could go Charlton, or if you want to sound like Charlton, then you could, instead of ton, you could write it as ton. Charlton or Charton, depending on, yeah. Yeah, so uh, something like this, just try to write your name. I think it'll be really cool. Okay? All right, please do that. And also, you know, boast it around to your family members, to your folks, and show them, oh, I wrote my name in Korean and I can write your name in Korean. Say anything. Then I can write in Korean. Just yeah, do that, and they'll be really amazed. And I hope your friends and your buddies will be like, oh, I want to learn Korean too. Okay. So for our final slide for this lesson, we're just gonna read Korean. Okay. Um, you might not understand what is this, but we're just gonna read it because I know you can read it now. all the things, the things, that contents that we have learned from lesson 1 and 2 and 3. If you have reviewed them, if you have practiced them, if you have understood maybe about 70 to 80% of it, then you would have no problem doing this. Okay, so just follow after me, or you could just pause the video, try it on your own, and see how much you did it right, and then check with me. Okay. All right, so you can pause the video. Okay, so I will read the following sentences. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. Sounds kind of familiar because every lesson I kind of start with this greeting. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 제 이름은 가람입니다. 저는 한국에서 태어났고요. 현재 서울에서 살고 있습니다. 저는 축구를 좋아하고요. 공부를 좋아하지 않습니다. 제 얘기를 들어주셔서 감사합니다. 다음에 또 만나요. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit slower. A little bit slowly this time. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 제 이름은 가람입니다. 저는 한국에서 태어났고요. 현재 서울에서 살고 있습니다. 저는 축구를 좋아하고요. 공부를 좋아하지 않습니다. 제 얘기를 들어주셔서 감사합니다. 다음에 또 만나요. Okay. So actually, the ones here that I have underlined and in red, I actually, said my personal answers. My name, the country that I was born, the city or place that I'm currently living in, and what I like, anything, and also what I dislike, anything. Okay, and let's see what each sentences. I'm pretty sure you have figured out, almost what this means, but I will show you. Okay, so first sentence, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. Hello, nice to meet you. 제 이름은 가람입니다. Yeah, that's my actual name, 가람. My name is something. So you put your own name, okay? So let's say my name is John. 제 이름은 John입니다. 제 이름은 제시카입니다. Okay, so I did not write the English pronunciation for you because by now, I'm sure you'll be able to read Korean. Even though you don't know what it means, you'll be able to read Korean. That's really important. That's the first step. Okay, my name is, 제 이름은 something. Okay, 저는 excuse me. 저는 한국에서 태어났고요. 한국 is Korea. 현재 서울에서 살고 있습니다. Currently, I'm living in Seoul. Okay. Yes, I am currently living in Seoul, the capital of Korea. 저는 축구를 좋아하고요, which means I like soccer or football. 공부를 좋아하지 않습니다, and I don't like to study. I don't like studying actually. 제 얘기를 들어주셔서 감사합니다. Thank you for listening. 다음에 또 만나요. See you again. Yeah. Okay, so I want you to practice these sentences, and if you could, memorize it, that would be really, really awesome. And because it will really help you along the way. Okay, and this is a very brief, short introduction of myself, and also you could introduce yourself now in Korean. Yay. Okay. So, well, I would love to take your questions, but I can't, unfortunately. So, just Google it. There's a lot of useful dictionaries and also YouTube resources out there, and there's a lot of things that you could search and gather some good informations on Korean language. And yeah, I hope it was a fun lesson. And this was the basic, um, the foundation of the consonant and the vowels and the basic final consonants of Korean. So I'm sure for now you'll be able to read almost any Koreans you face. Okay, just accept those the complex consonants, but we'll get to that. So don't worry. Okay, we'll get to that. All right. Well, thank you. Hope you have a nice day. We'll see you soon.